Welcome to all students. So today's session we will study about the pumps, then efficiencies, that is pump efficiencies, their characteristics, and how we are going to select the pumps. Okay, so before studying the pump efficiencies, so just you need to know certain parameters which we are going to use in the efficiency terms. Like first one is the volumetric displacement. Okay, so volumetric displacement, it will be equal to what? Volumetric displacement will be equal to Vd is equal to A into L. A is what? It is in area, it is in meter square, and L is width. Okay, L is width. Okay, so I am considering an example of gear pump, that is external gear pump. Already we have studied. So its area we know, that is what? Pi by 4 d naught square minus di square. So what is this d naught and di? D naught is the outside diameter. Okay, so d naught is the outside diameter and di is the inside diameter. Okay, so di is what? It is inside diameter. Okay, so this volumetric displacement, it will be in terms of meter cube per revolution. It is in terms of meter cube per revolution. Okay, that is for one complete rotation, what is the volume? So that is the volumetric displacement. Then second thing important is that you should know is the QTH, that is theoretical flow rate. So theoretical flow rate I can calculate by using the volumetric displacement, that is Vd into N, Vd into N. So if I directly write Vd into N, so that value I will get in terms of meter cube per minute. Why? Because N, it will be in terms of RPM, that is revolution per minute. So revolution get cancelled, and in the denominator minute will be remaining. So if I want to remove this minute, so what I have to do? I have to divide with respect to 60 seconds. So then only I will get flow rate, that is in terms of meter cube per second. So QTH, it will be in terms of volumetric displacement multiplied by N divided by 60. Okay, so this will be the standard formula. So if you substitute in this way, N divided by 60, you will get in terms of meter cube per second. So many of the students will get confused here only. So then third one is the theoretical torque. So theoretical torque, so it will be, torque will be in terms of Newton meter. Okay, Newton meter. So theoretical, before getting the theoretical torque, we will know the theoretical power. Theoretical power PTH, capital PATH, is equal to what? Torque into omega. So I am considering in theoretical torque into omega means what? It is the angular speed, that is will be in terms of radian per second. Okay, so here PTH I will write it as pressure P multiplied by QTH. P is what? Pressure, small p. This is the small p. Don't get confused here. This is capital PTH, theoretical power. Small p is the pressure. QTH already you know, that is theoretical flow rate. So this formula from where I am getting, we know that power is equal to pressure into discharge. So that discharge I am writing theoretical discharge. Okay, so here right hand side, I will write T theoretical into 2 pi n by 60. Omega I am writing in terms of 2 pi n by 60. We substitute Q theoretical. It is what? Volumetric displacement multiplied by n by 60. Okay, so what you can see, this n by 60 here, and here also you can see n by 60. So this will get cancelled. Okay, so this will get cancelled. So what will be remaining? P multiplied by volumetric displacement Vd, P into Vd, and this 2 pi bring here. Okay, so T theoretical will be equal to what? Pressure multiplied by volumetric displacement divided by 2 pi. Okay, so torque will be in terms of Newton meter. So student, you can substitute this units, that is like pressure, it will be in terms of Newton per meter square, and Vd it will be meter cube per revolution. So substitute that one, you will get this one, Newton meter. Okay, so these three terms we should know before going to study efficiencies. Okay, so this diagram I will discuss with you later. Okay, so first efficiency is the volumetric efficiency. Okay, so volumetric efficiency will be equal to what? Actual flow rate divided by theoretical flow rate. So actual flow rate I can write it as QA by QT, or else you can write it as like Q suffix actual divided by Q suffix Q theoretical. Okay, then same way mechanical efficiency is equal to what? Eta mech. Okay, so you can write eta mech is equal to what? Pump output power assuming no leakage. Okay, pump output power assuming no leakage divided by actual power delivered to the pump. So pump output power will be without new leakage means what? It will be the theoretical discharge. Okay, that is pressure multiplied by QTH. Okay, so this I can write it as pressure P multiplied by QTH. Okay, that is the theoretical power, and actual power delivered to the pump, it is what? It is T actual. Okay, T actual into omega. T actual into omega I can write it as 2 pi n by 60. 2 pi n by 60. So P is the pump discharge pressure, that is small p. It is in terms of Newton per meter square. QT, that is QTH also you can write theoretical flow rate. It is in meter cube per second. Then PA, that is actual torque. T actual torque delivered to the pump, that is in Newton meter. Omega is the speed of the pump in radian per second. Okay, so here what you can know, PQTH divided by 2 pi n by 60. So this is somewhere you have studied, that is in back. Here you can see PQTH. I bring to this 2 pi n by 60 here to LHS, that is left hand side denominator. Okay, so what I will get? I will get T theoretical. So directly I can write here this one. What? Mechanical efficiency. Mechanical efficiency I can write it as T theoretical divided by T actual. Because you know what is T theoretical? T theoretical is equal to pressure multiplied by Q theoretical, that is theoretical flow rate divided by 2 pi n by 60. So that is the T theoretical. Okay. So that is same way here also we are written, that is mechanical efficiency can be also written as theoretical torque required to operate the pump divided by actual torque delivered to the pump. So that is here we can see it is T theoretical divided by T actual. Okay, so next comes the overall efficiency. Overall efficiency is what? It is equal to volumetric efficiency multiplied by mechanical efficiency. Okay, just you can multiply volumetric with respect to mechanical efficiency. So what you will get? Volumetric efficiency, we know Q actual divided by Q theoretical, actual discharge to the theoretical discharge. Okay, mechanical, just now we have studied P pressure into theoretical discharge divided by actual torque multiplied by omega. So you can see here, that is this QTH will get cancelled here. Okay, QTH will get cancelled. What will be remaining? That is P actual, P into Q actual divided by T actual into omega. So this will be the with respect to the actual discharge. Okay, so this we will get the overall efficiency. Okay, so now I will come to this diagram. So what from here we can learn. We know that tank will be there. Okay, from the tank the oil will flow through the pump, and pump, so electric motor will drive the pump. Okay, pump is driven by the electrical motor. So electrical motor, so this shaft will be connected to the pump, so we will be getting the speed of that shaft. Okay, that speed of the shaft will be nothing but the speed of the pump. Okay, so this is the actual power. What will be the actual power delivered to the pump? So actual power delivered to the pump will be from the electrical motor. Okay, so since here we are getting this shaft is having the speed, and here we will get the actual torque. Okay, that is at the pump inlet. Okay, that is at the pump inlet we will get the actual torque. Then after the pump rotates, okay, pump will be rotating, and at the output, okay, at the output what I will get? I will get the theoretical torque. I will get the theoretical torque. So mechanical efficiency I can write it as output क्या है? ये output है. Output is what? T theoretical divided by T actual. Okay. So easily you can understand from this diagram. Then second is that volumetric efficiency we will see. Okay. So initially what will happen? The oil will come to the pump. Okay. So for example, I will take the example of a external gear pump. So okay. So oil आएगा external gear pump में. तो पहले क्या करेगा वो? The two external gear, they will mesh with each other. They will mesh with each other मतलब क्या है? तो हमको we know that what is the parameters of that is diameter. We know the area of external gear pump. We know the width of that teeth. Okay. So due to that, what we can find that discharge. Okay. So that discharge will be nothing but Q theoretical. Q theoretical. Okay. Discharge हमने find किया. Afterwards, when it comes out of that external gear pump, okay. So then there will be some losses, leakage losses. Okay. Leakage loss रहेगा. Leakage losses will be there. Okay. Due to that leakage losses, what will happen? हमारा जो theoretical discharge वो कम हो जाएगा. Okay. So we will get the reduced flow rate, and that reduced flow is nothing but the actual discharge. Okay. So that now what we can see volumetric efficiency is related to the, that is volumetric losses, leakage losses related है. Okay. So volumetric efficiency अगर हम लोग आउटपुट देखेंगे तो आउटपुट में क्या है? Q actual है. Okay. आउटपुट में क्या है? Q actual है. एंड इनपुट में क्या है? Q theoretical. इनपुट में क्या है? Q theoretical है. Okay. ये हो गया. So this is related to the volumetric efficiency. When we come to the overall efficiency में क्या है? जो actual power delivered to the pump क्या रहेगा? It is input में. Okay. Input supplied is what? That is T actual into omega. T actual into omega. ठीक है. अब pump output will be what? We are getting the actual discharge. Q actual मिल रहा है. ठीक है. बाद में क्या है यहाँ पे? Here we will be getting the pressure also. Okay. Pump का output में, in the pump output what we will get? We will get the high pressure. Okay. So that high pressure we can call it as small p. Sometimes we are writing as delta p. Okay. So you can write it as here pressure आ रहा है. We are getting the pressure at the output, high pressure. Okay. Then we are getting the actual discharge. Okay. Q actual. So this will be the overall efficiency. So in this way you can keep in mind how to calculate the volumetric efficiency, mechanical efficiency, and the overall efficiency. So you can see that formulas here are the written same. Okay. So next we will come to the characteristics curve. So in the characteristics curve, first we will study about the pump input power. Okay. Pump input power and pump output flow. Okay. With respect to the speed. Okay. So here in the x-axis we are having speed, and here we are having the flow. So flow here is in terms of liter per minute. Okay. Flow here we are having in terms of liter per minute. So here if you see, as the speed increases, okay, so power will also increase, and output flow, okay, the discharge will also increase. Input power and flow will both increase. So here we are getting the linear curve. Then second curve if you see, that is with respect to the efficiency and speed. So that is for the overall efficiency and volumetric efficiency. So volumetric efficiency, you can see the value ranges from that is 90 to 95. Okay, so here it is 90% to 95% volumetric efficiency. And if we see here the overall efficiency, it is around 83%. Okay, and it is going up to 85, sometimes 86 also, and it will come to the 83%. Okay, so this is as the speed increases, increases. So as the speed increases, so there will be certain increase, and then it will start decreasing off for this speed. Okay, next we'll study about the selection of the pump. After studying the various types of efficiencies, okay, then you can select the pump based on the parameters like as maximum operating and delivery pressure. Okay, so suppose your application you require 200 bar pressure, so then you can go to the external gear pump. If you want to reduce pressure like 100 150 bar, then you can go for the vane pump. Okay, so depending on the operating and delivery pressure, then we can select the pump based on the pump drive speed, its size and weight. Okay, so due to that also we can select, like if you want the compact size of the pump, then we can go for the vane pump and gear pump. Okay, suppose you want higher pressure and there is no requirement of this size, so if the size can be big, then you can go for the piston pump. Then based on the efficiency, okay, we can select. Then based on the cost also we can select the pump. Then based on the type of the fluid, which type of fluid you are going to use in our application, so based on that also we can change our pumps. Then availability and interchangeability, then we can select the pump based on the maintenance and spares. We can also select by the pump contamination tolerance, then pump noise also. So if the pump is making noise, then we have to replace that one. So again, different their range will be there, that is noise range will be there. So based on that also we can select. Okay, so this was regarding the pump efficiencies and its characteristics. I hope everyone understood. So thank you very much, all of you.